What's up everybody, 40 the Broadway Saiyan here and welcome back to my YouTube channel. And for this video I have another cooking video for you guys. So I do apologize that I haven't been too consistent with these, but sometimes it gets a little too hot in our kitchen, so it makes it really difficult to cook. But today there's a nice breeze and I do want to share another recipe for you guys. And today it's going to be a simple one and there's many different ways to do this, but we are going to be cooking up a beautiful leg of lamb. Now I have this leg of lamb here that I bought from Costco Wholesale. It's actually one leg, but the thing is that the way that it was shaped, I had to cut it in half because otherwise it's just gonna look really weird. But the way that I'm gonna be cooking this leg of lamb is we're gonna be searing it, we're gonna be roasting it, and we're gonna just be spicing it up. And one of the spices that's gonna be the highlight for this particular leg of lamb roast is going to be cinnamon. So this is gonna be a pretty cool recipe and hopefully you guys give it a shot, especially for those of you that are looking for different recipes. And I'm gonna be leaving all of the ingredients in the video description as well as the pinned comments. Also, if you hear my son in the background, it's because he is currently with the camera person who is my wife. So you're gonna be hearing Edge in the background. So anyways, we're gonna go ahead and start off first. I'm gonna take my knife and what I'm gonna be doing is I'm going to be cutting 2 holes in each of these rows. And there's a reason for this, okay? 2 nice holes just like that. So you wanna twist until the hole's pretty big. Okay, there's one there. Let me get one in this one. This one's a little bit tougher on the upper part, but it should still be fine. Oh, there we go. Okay, and then pull right over here. Okay, so once you've got the holes there, what we're gonna do is we're gonna take each one, set it aside there, and we're gonna start seasoning them. Now I have a whole bunch of seasoning here. You can do whatever you want with this. You can use paprika, onion powder, just a mix of things that you like, you know, and pretty much, you know, create your own flavor with it. But remember, the key ingredient for this particular roast is gonna be that cinnamon because I want a little bit of sweetness in the meat. All right, so we're gonna start off first by adding a little bit of fennel seed. We'll get some fennel on the roast there. Be generous with the fennel. And afterwards, we're gonna get some pepper. Make sure to really get it on there. Perfect. And then we're gonna get some Himalayan salt. Now you can use Himalayan, you can use kosher, whatever you have in the kitchen. Either one works. But I have Himalayan salt in the kitchen today. Right. We're going to get a little bit of onion powder. A little bit of cayenne pepper. Just give it a little bit of heat. Go. We got some turmeric. Okay. We have a little bit of dry thyme, so I'm just going to sprinkle just a little bit on there. Go. And we also have a little bit of oregano, so I'll sprinkle a little bit of that on there too. And we also have our garlic powder. And we have our cinnamon powder, which is going to finish this up. Okay, and then once you have that in the bowl, what you're going to do is you're just going to roll it around to collect all that seasoning. Okay, just roll it. And we are going to do the same thing for the other leg, but I will do that off camera, so you guys don't have to watch the same thing twice. So make sure to get all of the seasoning on there to really mop that up in that bowl, or whatever you're using to hold the leg of lamb while you are spicing it up. Okay, so now we're gonna bring it out, and then this is where these holes come into play. So what I'm gonna be doing is taking a cinnamon stick. We're gonna take some basil. I have basil on hand. Now you can also do this with thyme. You can do this with rosemary. Make sure it's fresh though, so I have fresh basil, and you're gonna jam it into that hole. Get it in there, because what that's gonna do is as that roast, it's going to perfume the meat, making it a lot more flavorful, okay? Because lamb has a little bit of a gamey flavor to it. If you've never had it before, it's kind of like beef, but definitely gamier. And if you wanna kind of, you know, limit that gamey taste and give it a little bit more flavor, this is one way to do it. So we're gonna go ahead and jam that in there. Okay, so after you've got this done, we're gonna go ahead and sear this in the skillet that I have over there, and I'm also gonna be creating a trough of vegetables in a roasting tray. So stay tuned for that, and I'm also gonna go ahead and take care of this leg off camera. So let's go, and we're gonna take care of that soon. All right, guys, we are back. We have our cast iron skillet preheated, as well as our roasting tray. So first things first, we are going to take one of the legs of lamb, and we are going to sear it. So we're not gonna cook it all the way, we are just gonna sear it to get that nice brown color on it. So we're gonna stick it there. Make sure the oil does not itch you, because it will hurt. All right, so as that is searing, and we are gonna turn that over, I'm going to be using some frozen vegetables for our vegetable trough. Now you can use fresh vegetables if you haven't the time to cut them up, like onions, celery, whatever you have available, but I'm gonna go the easy route, and I'm gonna go with frozen vegetables. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take them and we're just gonna put as many as we can on the tray. And you're gonna hear that nice sizzling sound. There we go. Okay, add a little bit more because we are gonna serve these up with the lamb later on. So as that is searing, we're gonna take some olive oil, and we will put some olive oil on top here. Okay. And we are also going to add some honey. So the honey is going to make it a little sweeter, especially because we added that cayenne pepper onto the lamb. It's going to, kind of just counterbalance everything. So let's put a little bit of honey here. Beautiful. All right. And we're going to go ahead, give these a nice mix around. And while you're doing this, you want to preheat your oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit, because what's going to happen is after I sear the lamb, it's going to go in this roasting tray with these vegetables, and it's going to bake in the oven. So make sure you're doing that. Just stay a little bit, a step ahead of the game. All right, so we're letting these roast here. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and turn over our lamb. Be careful, again, it's very hot. Okay. As you can see, we've got a nice sear on it. I'm going to turn it over. Get a nice sear on the other end. And I know one of the concerns might be, oh, well, what about the cinnamon sticks and the basil? Perfectly fine. We shoved them in there. And right now, as they're in there, they're currently perfuming. So we're going to let this sear, okay? And as you're searing it, what you want to do is kind of just move it around to make sure that it's getting seared evenly. So I'm kind of moving it around here. Then what I'm going to do is flip it over and get the sear there. And something about lamb is that when you cook lamb, you generally want it around like medium rare, at most medium. You don't want to overcook lamb, because what happens is it tends to dry out, okay? We're going to flip it over there. I can get that nice sear on it. Okay? That's why we have the skillet at a high heat. Yes, Edgeworth. So my son is here. Camera lady, if you want to show Edgeworth off. He did not want to sit still. Earlier, my wife was actually backpacking him during the first part of this video, but he was a little too wiggly, so we're like, I'm just gonna have him, chill with us in the kitchen. Yeah, you're helping, huh? Okay, so let's turn this over and just see. As you can see, we've got a nice sear on the meat there. A little bit of pink, but that's fine. It'll cook through. Okay, so now what we're going to go ahead and do is turn off the skillet here. This is going to be kind of a tricky part, but we're going to get this seared leg of lamb into the roasting tray. So it's going to sit there, and we're going to just kind of like move the vegetables around, okay? So what we're going to do now next, which is going to be the next portion of the video, is we're going to place this in the oven. So stay tuned for that, guys. Alright guys, we have fully seared our leg of lambs. The vegetables have been cooking up there in the roasting tray. So what we're going to do now is we are going to stick this in the oven for 1 hour at 350 degrees Fahrenheit. We have preheated our oven. So I'm going to go ahead and open this up. Okay. Take our tray here, and as you can see right there, beautifully seared, and the vegetables are nice and fairly cooked, and they're going to finish cooking inside the oven. So we're going to stick it in here. And we are going to set our timer for exactly 1 hour. Oh, come on, timer. Here we go, 60 minutes. Ah, voila, there we go. So after 60 minutes, we're gonna pull that out and then we're gonna slice into it and see just how delicious that looks. So stay tuned, everybody. Welcome back, guys. So the leg of lamb has roasted in the oven for an hour. So we're gonna go ahead and take it out and see exactly how it looks like. I'm telling you guys, this recipe is amazing and it's super easy to do. And if you guys have any suggestions for what kind of food you wanna see, please let me know in the comment section below and I'd love to hear your guys' suggestions. But as you can see right here, oh, look at that. Look how beautiful that is. Sitting in that nice trough of vegetables, which we are gonna be serving that up alongside the leg of lamb. I am cooking some wild rice, which is gonna be a carb that I'm gonna serve with it for the meal preps that I do for my family. So we're gonna go ahead and take one of these leg of lambs and we're going to slice it up and see exactly how it looks. All right, let's get some tongs here. And here we go. All right, so we're gonna go for this piece right here. We're gonna bring it out. And look how beautiful that looks. Look at the nice sear at the top here. Okay, look how gorgeous that piece looks. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and cut it up here and just see how it looks like inside. Get it turned around. And remember, it's best to cook this around like at a medium rare, and at the most medium, because the thing with lamb is that it tends to dry out. So if you see a little bit of red, a little bit of pink, perfectly fine, because trust me, the flavor of the lamb is significantly better when it's cooked to that doneness. All right, and we actually have it, it's actually at a medium, kind of like a medium well actually, but look at that, see you got a little bit of pink here, and as we can see we got the cinnamon stick right there with the basil, which is gonna be flavoring up that meat nicely. And we got little Edgeworth talk in here because he wants to be a part of the video. We got a slice here. There we go. Get that last bit right over here. And as you can see, nice medium. Okay, we got that little pink there. Look how juicy it is. So I'm gonna be serving this up with the vegetables, guys, and the meal preps that I do alongside some wild rice. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video and gives you guys a little bit of an idea how to cook, or one way to cook, you know, leg of lamb roast. Let me know if you guys already cooked this, how you do it in the comment section below. And don't forget, if you guys want to see some other videos as far as like cooking, what kind of recipes you guys would like to see me try. Once again, thank you again for watching. Stay tuned for the next video, and mahal, guys.